having to pull the sled for several hours a day. And after this long day of pulling the sled, during lunchtime for the dogs, he learned to fight for a share of fish, eat his share of fish rapidly, and also steal other dogs' share of fish because one fish per dog just ain't enough. And he also learned that so as not to get pushed and shoved around by his own teammates, by his fellow sled dogs. He had to make a reputation for himself amongst the group. He had to become the leader. And this could only be achieved by becoming more clever, stronger, more powerful, and usually by winning fights with the other sled dogs, many of which were obviously to the death. He also learned how to keep himself safe and protect the pack and team from wild local wolves that would come hunting during the night, hence earning a little bit more reputation for himself. Soon as his old master shed him from the team as his tenure as a sled dog was over and he had served them well, he was taken in by another man named John Thornton, who gave him true genuine care, respect and love and treated him like an actual pet. But sadly, after the unfortunate demise of John Thornton in the woods shortly due to wild wolves, he started leaning more into his wild instincts and started to connect more with his wild ancestry that was linked to his wolf-like ancestors, and eventually follows it passionately as he realizes that he was never meant to be domesticated, even though he could be, but he was never meant to be domesticated. He was meant for the wild, meant to run free, to hunt, to survive, to be free. And so from then onwards, he ran in the woods of the Yukon alongside his wolf brothers, hunting, feasting, fighting, playing, ruling, and surviving. As for a brief analysis of London's writing is highly captivating and highly powerful. It's highly vivid. He captures the story, he captures the scenario in a way that makes readers feel the biting cold on their skin. It makes the readers feel the cold biting on their skin. It sends shivers down their spine. It makes them hear the howl of wolves in the midst of the night. The story follows a strong pace filled with action and deep reflection. He explores themes such as nature versus civilization, the struggle for survival, the call of instinct that lies within all living beings, and also, most importantly, gives us a major reality check of how, and reminds us of how harsh, cruel, and unforgiving this world can be, and that we must never, at any cost, let our guard down. Jack London gives a lot of depth and emotion to character. It's what makes the book stand out. Buck's transformation feels real and symbolic, it representing not only the wildness of nature but also humanity's own inner strength and freedom. So, what's the bottom line? What is Mr. London basically trying to tell us through this novel? Well, this legendary novel most importantly tells us that to survive in this world, we can only best rely on ourselves, because we aren't always going to get VIP service and life ain't a bed of roses. To achieve success and to achieve comfort and success in this world, one must not slack off at any cost. Otherwise, they will be consumed by sin, disease, and sorrow. It also teaches us that in any scenario, we must always be on our toes. We must be highly clever in dealing our cards, because while there are many kind people in this world, unfortunately and sadly, there are still not as many as there are unkind. And one must know how to defend themselves from such unkind people, while also people should learn how to respect other people who deserve respect. It also teaches us that neither were we ever meant to be weak, nor can we ever be weak if we want to have any remote chance of survival in this world. If we want to have any remote chance of survival in this harsh and cruel world, we were always meant to be strong, and we must embrace that strength. So, as for my personal opinion about the book, Jack London's Call of the Wild is a must for all age groups, and especially for us youth and youngsters, as it instills crucial value systems and gives us a proper idea of the importance of discipline and instills the value of respect. The Call of the Wild is both heartbreaking and inspiring. It reminded me of how powerful and often sadly, how cruel and unforgiving this natural world can be, and how living beings must adapt when faced with such harsh adversities. To sum it up, The Call of the Wild is a timeless classic that appeals to readers who love adventure, stories, thrilling stories about resilience, reality, and also for readers who want to instill good value systems in themselves. In my personal opinion, the rating is definitely a 5 by 5, no doubt about that. That will be all from my side. Thank you very much.